Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm going to be turning a piece of Ambrosia maple. It's about 4 7/8 thick, 12 and a quarter wide diameter. I got a woodworm screw hole drilled in it. I'm hoping there's some pretty grain in it. There's a tiny bit of spalding in it. Can't see it too good because it's weathered, but I cut it out of a chunk. The wood I had covered up outside, and the moisture content reads 20% on it, so ain't too terribly wet. This bark right here, I guess we'll just pull off what has come off. It's probably gonna fly off, but we'll go ahead and put this on here and see what we can do with it. Alright, it's looking pretty good. I think I about got it to the shape I'm wanting it. It's got some pretty nice grain and wormholes in it. I reckon I'm gonna work a recess in it and maybe fine tune the bottom just a little bit more, and we'll flip it around. Start turning on the inside, and I'm gonna do some sanding on it too before I flip it over. started cutting around on the bottom of it and messed my curve up. I had to reshape it a little bit, but I give it a good sanding. I see a hairline crack right there. I'll probably have to fix. But I'm gonna get it flipped around, check the thickness on the inner part of the recess in the top, so we can not go through the bottom of it, hopefully. Alright, it's about 4.5 inches thick from the inside of the recess to the top here. So take this out and put it on there. That's went down about a 8 3/16 deep on the recess. I get as much depth as I can on the bow. I'm probably gonna go down, cut down about 4 1/4, or maybe not that far. We'll get close to it. Looks like it's running a little off center, but I don't know why, but it is. Alright, we've cut down about 2 5/8 deep on it so far. A little bit of tire out here and there, but I've been getting rough with it, trying to get it cut out. And bogged it down a while ago. My belts is loose, and every now and then I'll bog it down a little bit. But my motor, where the motor goes, this is where you tighten the belts up, and I got this slave fused and it's like that. I can only tighten it so tight. I'll beat it down with a hammer a little bit to get a little tighter, and it'll loosen back up. But yeah, I don't know how to bend that back without, it'd probably break if I try to bend it back. I don't know how that occurred, but anyway, let's get this thing back going. We'll try not to go through the bottom. Alright, cut down 4 inches on the depth. I've left this tailstock in on it because I don't want it to fly off. I'm getting real rough with it, and I'd definitely break it off because I didn't go real far in on the recess. But I'm going to cut this thing out and try to clean up the inner walls. What's left on the bottom and between the recess and the bottom now should be about a 1/2 inch. So they got a little thickness for cleanup, and I'll take it down just a little bit more. Alright, we're going to try to make some clean cuts and cut all this tire out, mess out. And if I measured right, we got a 1/2 inch left on the bottom, and we'll take it down another 1/4 inch, maybe about, yeah, 1/4 inch or something. But we'll see how it goes. After I get my chisel rest fixed right, a little bit wobbly. I need a different chisel. Alright, that took some of it out. It's just vibrating real bad. But this lathe head's had a wobble in it since I got it. Sometimes it wobbles worse than other times. I don't know if the bearings are going in it or what the heck it is. But it's got a wart in the shaft or something, but it's like that. Got it. I bought it used. Have to make do with it. Alright, it's still good, but it's leaving some pretty chaotic chisel lines in it. Good. Probably need to check the sidewalls. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, it could be needing to turn the spigot up too. It's just like a spiral in there. Just see ever, it's like trails or something. I'll get it cleaned up and sand it here a little bit. Show you these trenches it's digging in it. It's just a mess. I reckon it's vibrating so bad it's doing that somehow. turn the speed up a little bit. Alright, that's a little bit better. That ain't near as bad. This still got some bezel lines, but they ain't as severe. Good. Alright, let's get this thing sanded. It's got some trenches in there. If it ain't as bad, I'm going to get some 80 grit paper or whatever I got over here. And we'll take care of that. Alright, we got some 60 grit. Put it on here. It'll be, I think it'll get it out pretty good. And put my mask on, it's going to get real dusty. So you like that? Good touch. Got quite a bit of cross grain scratches, but let's put some other grits in to take them scratches out now. See all them cross grain scratches where that is grit. But it took that mess out. That's a pretty big dog mess in there. All them bezel lines, but now we got another mess. Cross grain scratches. Alright, I've got that sanded pretty good, and I've got a couple of palm sanders too. I go back over it even more after I get it off the lathe. There's a hairline crack in it that I gotta look at, and I'm seeing another crack that's formed in the recess where could have been where that one crack was, and it's growed when I was one didn't crack it apart. I don't know if you can see it, but it runs right through there, right through the center of the recess, and there's the one I seen right there. That's the one I seen in the get-go. This one, I don't know. It could have been there, a hairline crack, and I opened it up in the recess. Thank goodness I didn't crack it apart. I don't see it on the inside, but we'll doctor that thing up. Yeah, I see it. I can see the sand and dust in it. It's real faint, but you can see it. But I'll Put some CA glue in that and let it dry. And then I'll give it some more sanding. And I'll show it to y'all in just a little bit, and we'll put a finish on it. I'm probably going to put an oil finish on it. Or maybe a shellac finish, I don't know. I thought about an oil finish, but we'll see in just a little bit. Can't make my mind up. Also, I forgot moisture content in this thing was 20%. And I just checked it, it's went down 1%, so it's 19. So it's got a good ways to go down, but to reinforce this thing where this crack's running, can't see it. I think it's right there. When this thing finishes drying, I'm gonna pour resin in this recess, and that'll just grip that thing, hold it, give it some good strength. But try to work some CA glue in here. If it opens, we're gonna see, let it dry. If it opens up, or it'd be easier to put that glue in it. But we'll be back just as soon as this is dry. All right, this is about a couple of weeks or so later, and I got some resin poured in the recess. Sanded it, can't see real good because it's all scratchy. I sanded it, I re-sanded all of it with a couple of palm sanders. I got a Dynabraid fire sander, and I got one of these. This one's pretty good. It came out of the Wood Turner catalog, but it gets in those hard to get to areas pretty good. Anyway, got it sanded back up, and I've got a little spray gun here. I poured shellac in it. I thought instead of brushing it and making a big gum mess, I'm not too good on brushing. I'm sloppy with it. But I poured some shellac in there, and I filtered it through one of these filters, because when I'm been brushing using that stuff, I'm sure it's got all kind of trash in it. So I filtered it into that little sprayer, and we're going to spray this thing. And I got another one over here I've got turned, and we're going to spray them both. And the shellac, I got it out of the can I bought, and I never could get that type slick, but after I spray it with that stuff, it's a thick solution, I guess more thick than the spray can stuff. And then I'll go back over it with the spray can shellac, because I reckon it's diluted down so it'll spray through the little spray nozzles. I got this time kind of right here. I reckon it's probably diluted down so it'll go through that. But I can only get it slick in that way. If I had tried when I first started using shellac, I'd tried just spraying on shellac with the spray gun, and I could never get it slick using the spray gun. I don't know really why, but I don't know. Somehow I got it slick. It always comes out slick when I use that can. Anyway, let's get these things and spray them, and we'll see how it turns out. And you can see all the garbage in that strainer from me just dipping in with a brush, and that clogged the sprayer up, so I filtered it through that thing. All right, I've got it ready. I'm gonna put it on a mask. Ooh. Alright, now this is the bottom of the second one I turned. Thought I would show that, and while that no wire's drying, it'll be a while. And then I'll show them both here just in a little bit. Alright, this is probably about another week later. I got them sanded and sanded them after I sprayed them and got the final coats on them. I think they turned out pretty good. Got some neat markings in it, wormholes, a little bit of spalding, and not a whole lot, but it's some pretty neat looking stuff. Cracks in it. The resin come through the other side where I put this resin in the recess, and it seeped through. I put tape on the inside because I thought it would probably do that, but it filled it pretty good. And I put some CA glue in there too. It was sawdust to make sure I got them sealed good. But I think it ought to hold together fine. There's pretty bad cracks, went right through there. I don't know if you can see it, but that one was right through the center of the recess, and there's a little one right there. But anyway, I got this other one over here. It's got a couple cracks in it too. I didn't realize it had so many cracks in it, but I think it'll be just fine. This one goes through the recess. You can see that pretty good. Got one right there, and I got CA glue all in them. But it's got some pretty cool grain in it too, and wormholes, and pretty neat color. A little bit of curly grain right there. Maybe that other one had some curly grain in it too. There's some pretty neat looking spotted lines right there. But anyway, I guess that's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave me a comment. Enjoy hearing from you. And I'll try to get something else going here pretty soon. And I'll put a couple more pictures of these things on here. And I'll see you later. Y'all have a good one.
I'm gonna touch it. Oh. Oh, I did it. Oh, I touched it.